it's Kay. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I'm a professional home organizer, and today we're going to talk about setting up your home office and making it a productive and fabulous space for you to get your work done. Before we get started, I'd like to give a big shout out to the sponsor of today's video, GlassesUSA.com. By cutting out the middleman, GlassesUSA.com offers over 10,000 prescription glasses and sunglasses, including in-house brands like Muse and Amelia E, and designer brands like Ray-Ban, Oakley, Gucci, and so many more. Not only can you get such great brands from GlassesUSA.com, you can get them for up to 70% off the retail price. And GlassesUSA.com is a totally risk-free shopping experience. It includes free shipping and returns and a 100% money-back guarantee if you don't like your glasses within 14 days. Now, I know I said they have upwards of 10,000 frames and contacts to choose from. That is a lot. If you're feeling overwhelmed and you don't know which ones to choose, you can take a quiz and they can narrow the field down for you so you don't have to feel so overwhelmed. There is also a super fun virtual try-on you can do. You can upload a picture onto GlassesUSA.com and try on the glasses on your little picture. It's so fun, and it helped me pick out this pair. GlassesUSA.com also sells blue light blocking glasses, which is really important for me. I spend a lot of time at my desk, at my computer, editing videos, live streaming, and looking at a screen all day, looking at multiple screens. And the blue light glasses really help me feel less fatigued at the end of the day, because sometimes your eyes can get a little bit strained if you look at screens all day. So I love to get the blue light blocking lenses along with my prescription so that I can live my best life. So, I have always worn my glasses as a fashion accessory, and I like to change them up depending on my outfit and my mood. So this was the first pair that spoke to me. These are Amelia E. These are adorable. Are they not so cute? I'm obsessed. This is the next pair I picked out for myself. This is a little bit of a different look for me. I've never had not the big thick rims on all sides. So I think they're really cute, and this is a different look for me. So I like to change it up a little bit. And I just would not be me if I didn't get a fun pair. So we have this cute pink pair from Muse, and they're so cute. If you're interested in having a hassle-free, fabulous glasses purchasing experience, check out the description down below to find out more about GlassesUSA.com. Thank you so much to GlassesUSA.com for hooking me up with these cool glasses and sponsoring this video. And now let's talk about setting up your home office. Let's do it. A lot of us are still working from home, regardless of the fact that things are sort of returning to normal. When the world shut down due to the pandemic in 2020, a lot of us started working from home, and a lot of companies have kept that model going permanently. Now, before that, a lot of people were working at home, but not not like most people. They were going out to the office, and most home offices, actually, that I saw designed, were just places for a desk, like a den desk, and a computer, and it was somewhere where people just sat to pay bills and surf the net and played Tetris or whatever. I'm talking like it's the year 2000 or 1999, but it wasn't really a functional space where you could really get an entire day's of work done. So let's talk about what it takes to set up a really functional home office that increases your productivity, makes you smile, and a space that you don't hate to be in, which is really the point. So one of the first recommendations I have for a space is set it up in an area where you're not likely to be disturbed. This can be very difficult if you live in a place where there are lots of other people around, particularly young people who are making noise and everywhere. So I would strongly discourage you from setting up your home office in the kitchen, at your kitchen table or at the kitchen counter. If you can help it, sometimes you just can't help it. The space does not allow, but if you can help it, set it up in a low traffic area, even if it's a little corner off to the side where no one goes. That way you can focus and get your work done, even if it's not the prettiest to look at. We'll talk about aesthetics in a little bit, but try to set it up in a low traffic area. And also, setting up your office in the kitchen can be counterproductive because you can be very tempted, and this has happened to me, very tempted to get up, grab a snack every 10 minutes or so. And let me tell you, that's not great for productivity. Actually, every time you eat, you sort of release all these hormones, and it can make you a little sleepy. And also, if you're grabbing snacks, you might actually eat at your desk, which is not a good idea. It's not a good idea because the next tip I'm going to recommend to you is that when you set up your home office, you step away from your desk a lot. I know that it can be really tempting to just work in one space at home. You can just sit at your desk and you're going, you set up your office, you're in there all day. No, get up, leave, walk the dog, get up, leave, do the laundry, get up, leave, grab a drink of water and like stay in the kitchen and drink it there. You really have to interrupt your workday, your workspace, get up from your desk, take a break from the actual space. That'll increase your productivity. Because if you're just sitting at your desk all day, like if you bring your lunch to your desk, you're really not giving yourself a break. And in doing research for this video and another workshop I did, I found that the most beneficial thing you could do for yourself if you're working at home is actually take more breaks. So if you've got a dog you need to walk the dog. If you've got a cat you need to pet the cat. So water your plants, do something. Just take frequent breaks, and that way you'll have more motivation when you get back to your desk. So let's actually talk about your workspace, your workspace office. So I'm really lucky and I have an entire room. That's my office here. I am in it and I love it. I find this space to be incredibly motivating and really comfortable because I have done a couple of things and I'm going to recommend to you. The first thing I'm going to recommend is that you set up your desk space in a way that's going to be most productive to you. There are a couple of different kinds of people, and I know this is going to really upset some people, but it's the way it is. So for some people, people over here, a slightly messy desk is actually pretty motivating to them. This happens to be a lot of creative people. If you're a writer, if you're an artist, if you, anything you do that's creative, you may enjoy a slightly messy desk. Now, I'm not saying I want your desk to be a huge mess. A little bit of clutter, and clutter is in the eye of the beholder. That is something I've talked about in the past, but a little bit of clutter on the desk can actually be really motivating. But for some people over here, these people over here, a clean workspace, a minimalist workspace can actually be much more motivating. So actually comment down below, which one are you? Are you slightly messy desk or are you clean desk? Messy desk, clean desk. I happen to be team clean desk. So let me tell you about team clean desk because that's where I have the most tips. And for the people over here who like a little slightly messy desk, that is really up to you how messy it is, where you can tolerate it, where it inspires you. There is a very small threshold and it's for individuals. So I'm not saying you have to have a totally cluttered up desk where you can't move and you can't put anything on there, but slightly messy may be helpful for you if you feel like you need a little bit of that in your life. But there is a fine line between like too messy and not messy enough. So just experiment a little bit with your work surface to see what works best for you. Like how many items is too many items. So for team clean desk over here, which I'm on team clean desk, you really should have everything that you need on your desk all the time that you use. And nothing else. I'm talking about that pair of scissors you use like once in a blue moon, gone. That pen that you use, yes, I said pen you use every once in a while. I mean, I don't often write. I do write sometimes if I'm feeling inspired. Sometimes I don't always keep digital notes. Sometimes I do have written notes if I'm like planning something out, but I don't do that a lot. So I've put that away and I don't have it on the surface of my desk. Everything that's on the surface of my desk is something I either use all the time or I like the look of it and it's a decoration. So I like to keep it nice and clean and minimal, and I think that is a lot of people as well. Keeping your work surface really clean and really minimal can actually help you focus. It can really help you zero in on all the things that are really important and not the things that aren't important. Like if you are a Post-it person, if you have lots of Post-its around, that can also be a little too much visual clutter. So I recommend, if you need to post it, make sure you limit that to a kind of limited area so that you can, and limit yourself to like the number of Post-its. My husband is actually a Post-it fan. He loves Post-its, but he has limited his Post-it use to like one board. So that keeps him inspired and keeps him on task, but that way he doesn't have Post-its everywhere and he can't focus. The next thing I'm going to recommend to you is get a comfortable chair. And I am so sad to say that in my last video where I decorated my office, I got a new chair from Amazon and that chair was not comfortable. It turned out to be not as comfortable as my previous bunny chair. So the bunny chair is staying for now because I can sit in that chair for a longer period of time. I can like spread out a little more than I can in my other chair. My other chair was like way more sophisticated and cute and rose gold and all that stuff. We've actually moved it downstairs to the lower level, so it's got a new home. But this one right here is more comfortable. So I definitely recommend, do not skimp, do not be cheap about the chair. You're sitting on it. This is your back, your butt, your general well-being. So just be prepared to make a little investment into your comfort at the desk. And when it comes to your desk drawer, I definitely recommend keeping the smaller items in the shallow drawer and the larger items in the deeper drawer. I know that sounds really elementary, but you'd be surprised how many drawers I've seen, like deep drawers I've seen with like just packed to the rim with tiny items. So drawer dividers are always a good idea in any of these drawers, but make sure you go through periodically and sort of comb through and seeing if you're using any of those items or not. I love my little office drawers. I think they're so cute and fun. I also keep my glasses in my office bookcase. I think it's so cute, and that's where I'm using my blue light glasses the most. So I have this little glasses organizer. It's the best. So I highly recommend investing in some drawer organization. You will be so thankful when you go to look for a pen and you can find it. So lastly, we're going to talk about office aesthetics. No, I was corrected in the last video. Aesthetics. We're going to talk about your color scheme and your general office aesthetic, because you can use color to actually increase your productivity. Now, the best color that you can decorate with for most people in their offices is actually blue. Blue is very relaxing. It is the color of the ocean, color of the sky, and it can really increase your productivity by sort of relaxing your mood. And it works really well as a motivator for most people. The other color that is really motivating and relaxing is green. I have chosen to incorporate green into my office in the form of house plants. I am a houseplant just maniac, and I love them. And part of my general happiness is watering them, tending to them, and I also decorate with them. And green is the color that occurs most in nature, and so our eyes can really focus on it a long time. And if you have to work long hours, green is actually the best color you can decorate with, because you can focus so much more with green in your office than you can any other color in the spectrum. If your job has some sort of physical aspect to it, like if you're a dance teacher or if you're a personal trainer, you may want to decorate with some pops of red. Red is really motivating for those who have physical jobs or who need a little physical energy. I wouldn't decorate with too much red. I would keep it to pops of red, because too much red can actually make you agitated. But a little pops of red every now and again are really great for people who have physical jobs. If you need a pick-me-up during the day, pops of yellow is where you want to go. If you're feeling a little down, feeling a little too mellow for your work, then you want to just incorporate some pops of yellow. Yellow is a cheerful color of buttercups and mums, and it'll cheer you up. The last thing I recommend for setting up and organizing your home office is to beware of non-physical clutter, and I am talking all about digital clutter. Now, you know what I mean. You know that desktop on your computer is full of files, and maybe your download file is just full of things that you don't know what they are. You have no idea, like, where did that come from? What is that a picture of? Just what is all this stuff? Just go through every now and again and delete things. The power of the delete is powerful. Now, I know I am old enough to remember before the internet, where you got a file and you're like, don't delete this because you can't get it anywhere else. But nowadays we have the internet, and most of the files that are on my computer were from the internet. So I highly recommend that you can go ahead and delete a lot of the stuff that you don't need. It's probably not useful. You could probably get it again if you needed it. And also, strongly recommend that you do this, especially with your email box, your inbox. Ooh. Once a week I go in and I delete everything that I do not need, mailings from marketing mailings, correspondence that I don't want to do anymore, things that are unnecessary, all those things that I don't need anymore, because it's a lot of visual and mental clutter just to have that mailbox just full of stuff you read or don't know what to do with. Just, I don't know. Delete is powerful. Delete, delete, delete. Again, take a break from your work to pet your dog, pet your cat, tend to your plants, and most of all, tend to you. I hope you keep these tips in mind when setting up your home office. Let me know if your home office is up to snuff or if I could use some work. Let me know down in the comment below. Thank you so much to glassesusa.com for sponsoring today's video. I love my frames. I think they're so cute. Head down to the description below to find out more about glassesusa.com. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.